Hey everybody, how we doing? I'm Cole Boone, and for today's top 10 list, I wanted to share with you my top 10 superhero movies. This list I know will most likely change in the future, but as of right now, these are my top 10 picks. So here we go. Coming in at my number 10 spot is the movie that kicked it all off for Marvel Studios, and that is Iron Man. I really enjoyed Iron Man. I was hesitant on watching it to begin with because I had no idea who Iron Man is. I'm not a comic book reader, so I didn't really know. But I was really intrigued by it, intrigued by the story, and I thought Robert Downey Jr. just kills it as Iron Man. To see someone else take over that role in the future is going to be very weird because Robert Downey Jr. just embodies the role, and I think he's perfect for it. The villain I thought was a bit weak in this one with Obadiah Stane, but overall it's a really great movie and it's very worthy of my number 10 spot. Growing up, I was really interested and fell in love with the character of Spider-Man. So for my number 9 spot, I'm going to put Spider-Man 2. This movie is just awesome. It improved on the first Spider-Man in so many ways. Doc Ock is a great villain, and some of the scenes I enjoyed the most in this movie were actually the ones where Peter decides that he's not going to be Spider-Man anymore, and he just it's just Peter Parker. And I think Tobey Maguire was really great in those scenes, and he also is very good in Spider-Man. I personally think he is the best Spider-Man we've seen, and I really love this movie. Coming in at number 8 on my list is X2 X-Men United. Similar to Spider-Man 2, it improved on the first X-Men exponentially. This movie is so good. Stryker is a great villain, and what I really loved about it was you had Professor X's X-Men unite with Magneto's Brotherhood, and I really like seeing how they work together. It's just an overall great movie, and I'm telling you, that raid on the mansion is one of the best action scenes in a superhero movie. So number 8 goes to X2 X-Men United. My number 7 spot belongs to the conclusion to Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, and that is The Dark Knight Rises. I know a lot of people see that there are a lot of loopholes in this movie, a lot of stuff doesn't make sense, but if you just watch it for what it is a great conclusion to this amazing trilogy. I thought Bane was just so great, such a deviation from what we saw in The Dark Knight with the Joker, and I just really enjoyed it. And I know you don't see much Batman in this movie, and you see a lot more Bruce Wayne, but some of those moments are just really the best parts of this movie. So I really enjoyed it, and it is worthy of my number 7 spot on this list. My number 6 spot belongs to a more recent Marvel Studios film, and that is Captain America the Winter Soldier. My god, does it improve on Captain America the First Avenger, which I really did enjoy. Chris Evans is so good as Captain America, and he really is like one of the top tier Avengers superheroes, I feel like. The action scenes are filmed so well in this movie, and I really liked how it was like a political thriller. And you didn't have to be a fan of superhero movies to enjoy this movie. That is one of the best things about it. And you gotta hand it to Marvel for just nailing this movie. I really dug it, and I can't wait to see it again. Alright, here we go. Moving on into my top 5 picks. And coming in at my number 5 spot is X-Men First Class. After I saw X-Men The Last Stand, as well as X-Men Origins Wolverine, I didn't know if I was ever going to see like a great X-Men movie again until Matthew Vaughn came around and saved this franchise. I love the take on it when we're looking at young Professor X, young Magneto, young Mystique. I thought it was just really interesting to see, especially how they used actual historical events inside of the story, which I really enjoyed. I thought James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender are just great for their roles, and I love Jennifer Lawrence. So, yeah, I thought all of them were so good in this movie, and it really, really saved the X-Men franchise. Coming on in at number 4 is what I personally feel like is the greatest superhero origins movie I have ever seen. That is Batman Begins. Man, I hadn't heard of Christopher Nolan before this movie, but I know him now. He brought something to Batman that we had never even seen before. It was so dark, so brooding, so gritty, and it really fits this movie so well. I love Christian Bale as an actor, and I thought he was just great casting for Batman, regardless of what you feel about his voice. And I had never heard of Ra's al Ghul before, and to see Liam Neeson playing in this movie, it's just so good. He's just a great actor, and man, if you haven't seen this movie, sorry I'm spoiling it for you, but go check it out. You will love it. I think it's a great origin story, and it is well worthy of being number 4 on my list. My number 3 spot belongs to a movie that I know a lot of people would say is the greatest superhero movie of all time. That is The Avengers. Man, just Marvel, just knocking out of the park again. See all these superheroes in one movie, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, the Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. It's a fanboy's dream. And Loki, he's such a good villain. I'm glad that they chose him to be the villain for this movie because he's dynamite on screen, you gotta say. And the comedic timing of this movie, it is so good, and it just hits so well. I adore this movie, and I can just put it in any time and enjoy myself. Love it, and to put it at number 3 is really tough, but there are 2 movies that I just love a little bit more. Now, coming in at number 2 is a very recent release, and I know a lot of people might think that I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, but I really love the X-Men. I have like 3 of their films on this list, and X-Men Days of Future Past is the second best superhero movie I have ever seen. Man, to see the old cast and the new cast together, I was waiting so long to see this, and I loved it. I love time travel movies, and I know people are saying there are some loopholes and stuff, but I don't pay attention to that. I just want a good summer action blockbuster, and I got that. This movie, I can't wait to go see it again. I can't wait to own it on Blu-ray. I just thought everybody served their role so well, and I thought they got just enough screen time that you got to see everybody, you enjoyed it. And yeah, does Wolverine need to be the lead? Yes, he does. Hugh Jackman kills as Wolverine. I don't want to see anybody else play him. I know I'm going to have to, but this movie is just so good. Go see it if you haven't yet. You won't regret it, and this is so worthy of being number 2 on my list. Alright, here it is. My number 1 superhero movie of all time. To be honest, I can't see anybody dethroning this movie anytime soon. I'm sure it's a lot of your guys' number 1 picks, and it's The Dark Knight. No question about it. It's the best superhero movie I've ever seen. One of the best just movies I've ever seen. It should have been nominated for Best Picture that year. It was so deserving of it. And man, it was such an improvement on the first Batman Begins. And I didn't know how much better it could get. It did. Heath Ledger gives what I believe is to be one of the best performances of the 2000s decade. Right up there with Daniel Day-Lewis's performance as Daniel Plainview in There Will Be Blood. So I love that performance. I think I didn't knew the guy had it in him. He was just so menacing and so chaotic. It was just so good. It's sad that he did pass away because we lost a great talent, and it would have been nice to see him in The Dark Knight Rises. Who knows what that movie would have been like if Heath Ledger had lived. But I mean, man, I'm glad I got to see him when I did. This movie's a great film. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor. If you love movies, go check out The Dark Knight. It is a cinematic masterpiece, I feel like, and it absolutely deserves my #1 spot. Alright, before I wrap up my video, I just wanted to rattle off a few honorable mentions that just barely missed my top 10. The Wolverine, really enjoyed that movie, and I thought, got to hand it to Hugh Jackman, he's just carrying that whole entire movie. It was really good. Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire and Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin. I thought Willem Dafoe was really good in that movie. I thought he was a great villain. I don't know what other people think about it, but I really loved that movie. And it was actually one of the first movies that introduced me to like the superhero movie craze, so I gotta give credit to that. Thor: The Dark World, I thought that was a great improvement on Thor, so yeah, that deserves a shout out. And Kick-Ass, it's not your normal superhero movie, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really funny, and that was another Matthew Vaughn movie. I love how he directs superhero movies, and I thought it was really good. So, that's my list. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button if you did enjoy this video. If you want to share your top 10 superhero movies with me, go to the comments section and let me know. I'll chat with you. I'd love to know your picks. And if you haven't done it yet, hit the subscribe button. I got a lot of videos like this on here. Just check it out, see if you enjoy anything. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.